What's up with it? You watching that Bang Bomber TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Pop Code. And the title is Shannon Sharpe slams celebrities but reportedly trying to cancel his show. Man, yeah, Shannon Sharpe definitely shook the internet with that Cat Williams interview, you know what I'm saying? And then like it seemed like they've been trying to silence Cat Williams, and they kinda did for a minute, you know, he disappeared, you know. So it seemed like Shannon Sharpe might be giving voices to people they trying to silence in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a threat to their agenda, you know. But shit, let's check out the video and see what they talking about.
They here for a long time, here for a short time.
And I think, Cam, that's the thing that gets me so upset, is that people that have so much to say about Shannon Sharpe has never met Shannon. Never had one conversation with me. They tell me what I like, who I date, what I'm doing, but they've never seen me out. Yeah. They've never heard anybody. I mean, one person says this, and then another person picks it up on social media, and they take it and run with it as it being true.
Right.
So tell me the time that you had a conversation, anybody, that you had a conversation with Shannon Sharpe or someone that knew Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon Sharpe is living through the harsh reality of becoming a celebrity, which has its pitfalls. Cat Williams' prediction of Shannon's present problems has come true, as she made it just a few months ago. There are certain people in the industry who are not happy by the fact that Shannon's podcast club Shay Shay is experiencing a surge in popularity and viewership recently. Shannon disclosed in a recent interview that a number of celebrities have been attempting to sabotage his show, with some of them even going so far as to threaten him.
I went back and I'm like, damn, he said that? Where was I? He was saying so much.
Right.
That I'm like, but Kim, I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along with that. But if you remember, he said it. He said this is gonna put you in another dimension.
He definitely did.
He said.
But my mama said, boy, there's power in the tongue.
Yes. He says he told me, and my guy Jordan is over there. He said, now they're gonna come for you. I said, can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything.
Right.
Man. He said they're gonna come, and they're gonna say a lot of different things, and they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not gonna come now.
Right.
And that's absolutely has happened.
In addition to this,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Cat knew that he was being silenced, you know what I'm saying? And wherever he went, it was gonna pop off, for real, you know what I mean? And then it's crazy that Willie D had the interview before Shannon Sharpe. He didn't even drop it. So, yeah, man, Cat Williams always been getting attacked, you know what I mean? He been getting attacked for a while, at least, for sure, you know?
he said that a number of guests who had initially expressed excitement about appearing on his show have suddenly withdrawn without providing an explanation for their decision. Shannon is going through something that is entirely out of the norm, as she has stated in an interview with Cam Newton, despite the fact that everyone is aware that the entertainment industry can be really toxic. Shannon opened out about the challenging obstacles he has faced in the course of his discussion of the drama that has surrounded him ever since his conversation with Cat Williams went viral earlier this year. When conducting interviews, Shannon always makes sure to ask his guests if there are any topics that they would prefer not to talk about. This allows him to ensure that his guests are comfortable and able to be themselves. Shannon's podcast features celebrity guests who are happy to share their stories, and this is one of the reasons why there are celebrity guests.
That's not what I am, Cam. I'm having a conversation. Me and a guest is having a conversation. I said, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I always ask the guest that. Sometimes they say, well, I would appreciate it if we not talk about this.
Right.
Cool, no problem. Because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But yes, I believe.
Shannon puts his guests at ease by highlighting the fact that he is not a journalist and has never attempted to be one. This is in contrast to the typical approach of trying to pass himself off as a journalist. If you are unaware, after retiring from football, Shannon became a commentator for CBS Sports NFL Today, where he also did the Sprint halftime report and the Subway postgame show.
I ain't gonna lie, for them to try to shut him down, though, man, it definitely had to be like some truth in the shit that Cat Williams was saying, you feel me? he must have been a threat to a lot of people's livelihoods, you know what I'm saying? And he talking about them parties and everything, man. Yeah, man, he was exposing them for real. They ain't like that.
In 2013, he became a columnist and spokesperson for Fitness RX for Men magazine, and he even made an appearance on the cover. In 2011, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Before joining Club Shay Shay, Shannon had a significant amount of expertise in the world of podcasting, so it wasn't just a passing trend for him to start doing it. In the second episode of Shay Shannon's podcast, titled Nightcap, former National Football League player Chad Johnson and former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas are featured. On the other side, Club Shay Shay has a greater fan base, which can be attributed in large part to the viral interviews that feature celebrities such as Cat Williams. Following his retirement from professional athletics in the year 2020, Shannon discovered a new passion for podcasting and formed Club Shay during the pandemic when she was in it. He had the goal of establishing a venue in which African-American performers may freely relate their experiences without the risk of being harshly evaluated. Shannon, who calls himself a conversationalist rather than a journalist, had no idea his podcast would become so popular in 2024, all because of Cat Williams, despite his experience in the media. After a year of unsuccessful attempts, Shannon eventually got Cat on the podcast after meeting Cat's new manager, who put him in touch with the comedian.
Downs, you see what I'm saying?
Kim, I've been trying to line Cat up for a year. I tried to line him up for a year. People don't know this, but Cat doesn't like to fly. He normally takes the bus. He takes a tour bus pretty much everywhere he goes. And so he wasn't gonna be on that side of town in LA, in California.
That boy Cat Williams moving like he know weird shit happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that, I ain't getting in that sky. I feel him on that shit. Especially with like motherfucker trying to like silence him, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't no secret, you feel me? But yeah, man, but Shannon Sharpe though, man, he a legend, man. Like, out the media shit and all that, he a legendary football player. Not just like he a football player, he a legendary football player, big name in football, for real.
Right hand to God. I go to my agent's office on a Friday. I'm getting off the elevator. As I'm getting off the elevator, a lady's getting on.
Right.
She said, hello. I said, hey, how you doing? I'm Shannon Sharpe. She tells me her name. She's like, I've never seen you here before. I said, yeah, my attorney's here, Marvin. She said, oh, I love Marvin. I love Allison, who's his daughter. She said, oh, I said, I've never seen you here. I said, I've been coming here 3-4 years. I've never seen you. She said, oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm just not meeting you. She said, today is my last day. I said, what? She said, yeah, today is my last day. I said, you got a new job? She said, I'm leaving to be Cat Williams' tour manager.
Wow.
I said, I've been trying to get Cat for a year. That was a Friday. The next Friday, Cat sitting in that chair.
Shannon grossly underestimated the gravity of the Cat Williams episode, despite the fact that several scandals and crises had occurred within the sector. Cat made the accusation that Kevin Hart was a plant for the business during the interview, which caused viewers to feel a strong emotional response. He began by putting doubt on Kevin's account of his origins on the East Coast, hinting that it was highly improbable for him to build his career on the East Coast and then abruptly acquire big notoriety in Los Angeles. Cat questioned Kevin's spectacular success in the industry, which seemed to come out of nowhere. Kevin appeared to arrive out of nowhere. Cat angrily blasted Kevin Hart for gaining large gigs and TV roles that other comedians took years to achieve. This was to be expected considering the length of their dispute, which has been going on for quite some time. Additionally, Cat accused Kevin of becoming a gatekeeper and assisting other suspected industry plants such as Tiffany Haddish in their climb to popularity at the same time. Cat also mentioned that the industry makes an effort to discredit and demonize him, as she described in her previous statement. According to appearances, Shannon Sharpe is experiencing the same pattern as before. Cat made a visit to Club Shay earlier this year, and during that time, he cautioned Shannon about utilizing the podcast as a forum for truth tellers. However,
I ain't gonna lie, since that interview though, like, it shined a light on a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? It even like got some stuff with Kevin Hart and Diddy and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that shit had an effect, for real. That shit like trickling down to other shit, for real. So that shit got motherfuckers talking, still talking, and its stories still popping up. That's like going with the interview, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, For real.
However, he did not anticipate the kind of hostility that he is currently suffering. Guests who were originally excited to be a part of the show have abruptly withdrawn. Some people, like Steve Harvey, are actively seeking to terminate Shannon's show because of the nasty comments he's received regarding his interviewing method. Taking into consideration the fact that Steve had already appeared on Club Shay, it was important to mention that, as is typical for interviews of this nature, they discussed various aspects of lifestyle as well as insights into the industry in that particular episode. The fact that Steve Harvey was a participant in the interview is a significant contributor to the interview's success in going viral. Club Shay usually has fun interviews, but Shannon has gotten some hate mail during certain episodes. For instance, he was criticized after his interview with Amanda Seales came out. Throughout the interview, Amanda opened up about her experiences with autism and the obstacles she had to overcome, especially as a Black girl growing up in America. At one point, Shannon appeared to be trying to gaslight Amanda by implying that she was exaggerating when Amanda mentioned that her mother had recognized the symptoms of autism and noticed how differently her mind worked.
To run Shimoto, and my mom is like, that's Amanda. Like, let her live.
Right.
And let's be real, most parents.
That wasn't happening.
No. Shut it up. If my father had lived with me, I would never have been the person I am now, because he wouldn't have been able to handle it. And I believe that he is autistic too. He's because he's brilliant.
Right.
He was never seen the way he needed to be seen, and so it turned into narcissism.
But you can be brilliant without being autistic, though, right?
Hell yeah, 1000%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But just
because I'm both. I'm gifted and autistic.
Yes, but Amanda, sometimes, just because you have a special gift, that doesn't mean that, you have a spectrum, or you have just because you see things differently, it doesn't mean that you're on the spectrum or you.
This isn't related to simply how I see things. This is related to how my brain functions.
Yes.
Also, the sole Black kid in the class, Amanda felt the need to correct a teacher who she believed had made a historically wrong statement. The instructor's reaction, she felt, was racist, and this led to a chaotic and unfair parent-teacher conference. The teacher's reaction might not have been rooted in racism, but in a sense of being disrespected, according to Shannon, who disagreed with her position and said that pupils in his own country never corrected their professors under any circumstances. The conversation moved on without incident following that uncomfortable exchange, but fans later accused Shannon of gaslighting, even though both perspectives appeared reasonable. The controversy surrounding Shannon and his podcast serves as a reminder of the difficulties in handling the public's opinion and the media's coverage of delicate subjects, particularly when engaging in conversations with prominent figures. After Amanda brought up Shannon's judgmental nature, which he denied on his podcast, Amanda came to the conclusion that although Shannon is cool, he isn't cut out for in-depth discussions like these. Instead of pushing his personal opinions, she urged that he should stick to entertaining, lighthearted, and humorous interviews and listen more. In a recent interview with Cam Newton, Shannon discussed the reaction. He said that he would be okay with it if this interview was the only one that people were unhappy with on his channel. So there you have it.
I ain't gonna lie, I think Shannon just realer than they thought, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, to him giving voices to people they trying to silence, you know what I'm saying? He like doing something that they don't want him to do, but Shannon trying to do the right thing. He being fair for sure, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their opinions and everybody can say what they want to say, you know what I mean? So, well, you supposed to be able to say whatever you want to say, but we know that don't work like that all the time.
A glimpse into some of the turmoil surrounding Shannon Sharpe at the moment. From claims, disputes, and industry backlash, despite the success of Club Shay, which contains open and meaningful conversations, Shannon is negotiating a hard situation. Whether it's feuds with industry heavyweights like Harvey or navigating delicate subjects with guests, Shannon's journey exemplifies the complexities of fame and the media industry. He has faced criticism and threats, especially following his viral episode with Cat Williams, and his confrontational interview style has also generated backlash as seen with Amanda Seales. Despite this, Shannon remains resilient, tackling the issues head-on and continuing to create a platform for Black entertainers to share their stories. Fans supported him and claimed that people in the industry are jealous of him. They don't want to see him win. Keep doing your thing, Shannon. I love your show. Another fan added, saying, a successful Black man is a major threat. So there we have it. Fans even thrashed Cat and said Cat did all the talking, but the cowards are blaming Shannon because they're kittens. But now I want to know your thoughts on this. What do you think? Why is everyone abandoning Shannon, and what could be the potential reasons behind it? Do let us know your views in the comments below.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Shannon just too real for him. You know what I'm saying? They ain't expect him to get so much motion. And man, the show really good though, for real though. Like shit, nobody ain't really fucking with him on the interview shit right now. You feel me? So yeah, he the man with the interviews for sure, man. But yeah, I think they hating on Shannon though, man. And he a legend though. Shannon a legend before media, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he needed to go into media, you know what I'm saying? It's just something he probably wanted to do to stay busy and everything, you know. But yeah, man, what y'all think though? Let me know in the comments. And like, share, and subscribe to the Big Mama TV. Until next time, peace.